Hi everybody. Today I'm doing a review of the Scott's Professional Battery Powered Sprayer. So just to list out its features, as the package states, it has a lithium-ion battery, so that instead of hand pumping it, you just turn it on and it does the pumping. It says that you can get up to 12 full tanks on one charge. You have a large wide handle for carrying it, a reinforced hose. You can see through the tank to see whether you have it filled appropriately. And there's a storage place for the nozzle. And the nozzle has 3 different settings. And you can see here that there is a fan spray, a stream spray, and a cone spray. So when we open this up, we should see the lithium-ion powered pump and charger, the sprayer wand with the trigger release, looks like the seals. They're saying that it's made in the United States. So let's proceed to unboxing it. Hose and nozzle over here. And inside this plastic bag, let's see what we got in here. So it looks like the extension to the wand. You can see the nice O-ring seals. A nice wide carrying strap. I was wondering if this was going to be included, and it is, because this is 2 pounds. 2 gallons, and I think there's something like 8 pounds or so weight per gallon. So this should weigh 16 pounds plus the weight of the thing. Let's see how much it weighs without being filled. Got a scale over here. We'll put that on the scale. That's 2.5 pounds right there. And then if we add up this other paraphernalia, you're probably another ½ pound. So figure 3 pounds plus 16 pounds of fluid. So you've got roughly almost 20 pounds of weight. So I can see if you're walking around for 15 minutes or a ½ hour with this thing, that it'd be nice to have the ability to strap it over your shoulder so you don't get too worn out. So what do we got in this box here? Let's see. The pump. So that's the pump. And the battery's in there. And here's the charger for the battery. This looks like a little flimsy charger. It looks like it doesn't put out any more than a cell phone charger. Yeah, it's a 9-volt output, only 300 milliamps. So, yeah, the battery can't be that big in there. This thing is just a spacer. And so, let's see if this is, without reading the instructions, whether this is relatively self-explanatory. So let's see. So the charger just goes on and screws in. That's simple enough. And then I assume that your, oh, this looks like a pressure release valve. Yeah. So this is great. So when you're about to finish with this stuff, you're supposed to release the pressure. Now, normally in the cheap sprayers that are just manual, you turn this to loosen it and do that carefully. But this one, you can just pull the pressure release thing and do it that way instead, and just leave this pump attached the whole time. So on the other side is the thing that you screw your wand onto, the pump outlet. So I'm going to take this and just stick it in there and screw it on. Let's see here. And they say just hand tighten it. Don't go using any pliers or anything to tighten it. Of course, how tight to make it with the hand. I guess that feels fine there. And so that's for that. Now let's take this wand and we'll put that in there and tighten this thing on there. That's simple enough. And then we'll take the nozzle right here, and that just screws on. The washer and filter are already inside, so I'm just gonna hand tighten it. And we'll see if we can get this so that you can see it clearly. Whoops. Let's get this down here. It is marked clearly. So cone, it's set on cone now, and basically you just twist this, I assume. Says, yeah, so that's set the fan, that's set the stream, cone, etc., and it just keeps rotating. And these are the 3 nozzles, 1, 2, 3, depending on which pattern you've selected. Okay, and then it says to charge it up for 3 hours before you use it. So I am going to do that. Where did you go? Oh, here it is. It's got a little, let me show you guys. There's a little plug here. So when you first see it, it's you can't see where you're supposed to charge it because it's sealed with this plug. So basically you just pull the plug open and then plug the charger in. Let's see if there's an, oh yeah, you see that little green light flashing. So now we know it's charging. So we'll let it go. I believe it's 3 hours. I'll check the instructions to make sure I've got it right. It's a lithium charger. Usually those things are set to turn themselves off when the charge is complete. I'll check the instructions to verify that. And so we'll resume this after the battery is charged. And I've got a 15,000 square foot lawn, and I don't have weeds everywhere. Some areas have it kind of bad, others are just spotty, and I want to just put the weed killer where I need it. So maybe 1/3 to 1/2 of the lawn needs to be treated. So this should be just about right. My hand was getting tired with, I have I had weed bee gone and had a hand trigger on the thing. And you know, you're okay for the first 10 minutes, 15 minutes, and after a while, your hand starts to cramp up. And I said, the heck with this. There's got to be a better way. And I could have put it in one of those pump sprayers, and that would have been a lot better. But so my lawn weed killer shipment was delayed on Amazon. And what I'm going to do is just test the sprayer using plain water. So I'm going to fill it. So let's get this nozzle out of the way and unscrew the pump. And I'll set this down on a paving stone because we don't want to get that dirty. And I'm just going to put some water in here with a garden hose. And we'll fill it. I guess it says 4 liters there. Whoa. Well, actually, I've got more like 5.5 liters in there. Anyway, let's put the port protector. The charging port came out, so I'll plug that back in. Gonna snug that back on. And there's a switch right here. So I'm gonna turn that on. I turn it off just to show you how quickly you'll be able to hear the hiss. How fast that builds up pressure. So they said to let it run for at least 20 seconds before you start using it. When it gets fully pressurized, it's supposed to turn itself off and then turn itself back on again when it needs to. So let's uncoil this twist in the wand hose. Get an idea how long this is going to take to pressurize. Yeah, so maybe it took a minute, give or take. So let's see now. I have it set to cone. So let's see what happens. There we go. So this is more like a fine spray. I don't know if you can see it. It says cone, but like I said, it's more of a misting spray. So let's move on to the next one, which is fan. And yeah, this looks like it's more useful. So this is definitely a fan pattern spray, and that will work fine. I mean, you can see I've just easily, whoops, I'm watering my electrical connection here from a microphone cable. I'll have to dry that out afterwards. And let's try the stream. See what that one looks like. Well, that's more of a jet. So you got this, so you can. Now I'm curious as to how often, how often that'll turn itself back on and off. I'll just let this jet run for maybe a minute and see if, there it goes. So it goes back on. And let's see if it can catch back up to turn itself off again, or if it will have to run continuously as I'm continuing to spray. Oh, and by the way, this was a 2.2 amp hour or 2200 milliamp hour 2-cell lithium battery. That's a 7.4 volt battery. Just FYI if you were wondering. So that pump seems to be needing to keep going. Now, if I wonder if I went to the fan setting, whether if it would, which is the one I'll probably be using most. Well, I guess it depends. If I'm just spot treating weeds, I don't want to go so wide as a fan. I might just use little different pulses with the jet to do that. Yeah, it kind of depends. Yeah, so the fan doesn't seem to be putting out as much liquid as the jet did. And I'm sure the mist wouldn't, or the, what they're calling cone, wouldn't put out as much either. So that'll probably be more of an on-off thing. But in any case, you don't have to manually pump it. Now, so let's say I'm done. So I'm going to set this down here. And I'm going to release the pressure. Oh, turn it off. So the light comes off. Press it once. Release the pressure. And remove the pump. So what you would do then is empty it, fill it with plain water so you could clean out whatever chemical you had in there, and then fill it with, or put some plain water in there and shoot it through for about a minute to flush out any chemicals that are in the tubing and the wand and stuff, so it doesn't build up residue and mess up the sprayer. And then you would leave this loose on here so that it can breathe and dry out in between. So that's the sprayer. It works fine. Oh, and the strap. Let's see how that, like if this is on and I want to carry the strap. Yeah, that works. Yes, I just walk around here with the sprayer. Got it on my shoulder. Yeah. Okay. So there it is, the Scott Professional Sprayer, lithium powered. Hope you found this useful. Thanks for watching.